Thanks, T-Wiz. Thanks, Pat. Well, some judges and prosecutors in D.C. are reportedly asking potential jurors an unusual question. Have you seen the billboards about jury nullification? The billboards in question have sprung up in and around metro stations. Here's one of them. They're close to downtown courts, so put in very interesting situations or positions, I should say. They carry messages such as good jurors nullify bad laws. So where did the ads come from and what's behind it? Joining us now via Skype from Philadelphia is juror rights activist James Babb, and he spearheaded the fundraising campaign for the billboards you see in D.C. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
I'm happy that you're joining us because we want to know all about these billboards. They seem to just spring up overnight, but what's the intent behind them?
Well, I want people to know about jury nullification. And jury nullification is the centuries-old tradition that's a part of our legal system where jurors have the right to judge the law itself, not just the facts of the case. This is a centuries-old tradition that has played key roles throughout history, including William Penn used jury nullification when he was charged with speaking to a group of Quakers without permission. The jury refused to convict him because they knew the law was wrong. In 1860, the Fugitive Slave Act made it a crime to harbor fugitive slaves. Jurors refused to convict people for that because the law was wrong. Today, people are using jury nullification to protest the insane war on drugs and a host of other victimless crimes that pollute our justice system.
Why have you chosen D.C.? What sort of cities did you choose, and what's the reason basically behind a big city like the district?
Well, D.C. is the nation's capital. It's a great place to launch a campaign like this. Other cities are also going to be involved, including New York, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Boston are in the works. But D.C. was a great place to try this out and to see what kind of interest there would be.
Mr. Babb, you cited some historical events and that this is, as you said, a centuries-old practice. I've got to ask you this question, though. Is this really legal? And if it were, would the judge in these different cases not say that this is an option for you as a juror?
Well, it is absolutely legal, and the Supreme Court has ruled on it. It's actually... This right is enshrined in many state constitutions, including Maryland, New Jersey, and many other states. This is something that is long established. However, prosecutors don't want the juries to know about it. They want convictions. They have done quite a bit to make sure that juries stay uninformed. So what I want to do is help anybody understand what their rights are if they're selected for jury duty. This is an incredible opportunity to stand in the way of unjust laws and government tyranny.
There's a whole lot of money that goes into these cases. I have to ask you, is there not another way, perhaps working on whatever the law is that a certain group feels is unjust, to make a difference as opposed to wasting taxpayer money?
Well, what's a waste of taxpayer money is $40 billion a year on the failed war on drugs. That is the huge waste of money that needs to be addressed. This is a key part of the system, and this is how legislators will know that their laws are wrong. Jury nullification played a key role in ending alcohol prohibition. Juries refused to convict people for alcohol-related crimes. That's how they knew to change the laws. So this is a tradition that has a track record, and it's rooted in our history.
James Babb is a juror rights activist. He's the man behind some of the billboards you see in metro stations next time you go down near the courts. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so to be honest with you, this video is an old video. And in Texas, I'm technically overqualified because I know about the jury notification and all that. But when you know about it, especially here in Texas, I'm not to say don't let them know or do let them know. I'm just saying that if you stand up and say, I know jury notification and I will use it, they would boot you out like stink on poop on the court floor, and most likely kick everybody out and get a whole new set of jury. This is how much they don't want you to know about this. And I'm kind of a little bit stunned because I wasn't really planning on doing this. I just accidentally came across this. I accidentally came across the other one. And I figured, well, this reminded me what happened a couple of years ago with me. So, yes, if you don't want to serve on jury ever again, just tell them that you believe in jury nullification. And they'll probably put you in a little box and say never ever call you. I'm just giving you heads up on that, okay? So this is one of them touchy deals. You don't go in there and just brag that you know this or anything, or even if you would go by it or wouldn't go by it. It's just one of them things that you really have to keep a download at. Once again, I would be too good of a jury, to be honest. And I'm not being self-centered or anything. That's just the way it is. On this particular thing, I'm overqualified, and they absolutely do not want me in there. And since I made videos about this and that here and there, if I go in there and mess up with their systems, tell me, do they or do not try to arrest you and put you in jail for any reasons whatsoever, right? So as much as I would like to be on a jury, too many videos, too overqualified, and they would probably hunt me down like a rag dog in a mud pile with a dog playing around. And it's just one of them things that I don't really want to harass with the government on. I can win the case very easily. Again, it's just been a Supreme Court rulings and all that. However, it would take some time and expense. And my knowledge of representing myself in court, this is probably going to be more out of the league a little bit, because it's going to be a full force government attack, and standing up for, standing up as a man, which is on that first video. What did that people say in there, right? A free man. They didn't say a free person. They didn't say free people. They said a free man. And that's what's powerful, man. Alright? Always use man. Don't never accept all these other entities and all that. Now, if you want, say I'm a free man, one of the people. But make sure the man's up front, above the people. But for government officials to recognize, hey, I'm not playing these stupid little silly games with you. This is what I am. This is what it is. And there's not a darn thing you can do about it. They can't argue the fact. Am I a man? Yes. Well, sit there and argue to see if I'm not a man. Anyway, this video is a little bit long, but I just wanted to kind of bring up another video since I accidentally came across it. This happened on Fox 5, somewhere in Washington, I guess. But this is 7 years ago when this video was brought up last. It needs to be brought back up, y'all. Spread this round. We need to really start learning our rights as a juror. And we, the people, need to be juries. If we can't do it by voting, and the laws keep on getting bigger, then we, the people, had to say in the courtrooms. It is time to get our freedom back. Period. This is Decent Food with the People. I hope you appreciate this. And again, I'm not a lawyer, so always conduct yourself and ask questions with the attorney. So And I'm not responsible for anything you guys do. You stand as a man or a woman and accept responsibilities for your own actions. Till next time, bye.